Welcome back to another episode of WJAG-TV.
I'm Ansley Gunnerman.
And I'm Aaliyah. And this is WJAG-TV with your weekly school news. The school year is starting to end soon, and for some, their high school career. Joseph Becker talked to some seniors again about their favorite memories at Cedar.
Spring break already on the horizon. The 2019 school year is winding down, but seniors here at Cedar Shoals are still hard at work preparing for graduation. And even with their increased workload, seniors are still making time for friends.
Some of my really good friends are like Kaya, Weaver, Lindsay Pack, Stacy Sanders.
But how can one have great memories without great hangout spots?
In the mornings I'll hang out with some of my friends in the library, and then I have classes with my other ones, and so we hang out a lot in there.
Whether that be in auto tech or in the ag lab.
Friends like a Miracle or Dana, because I just hang out with them a lot and I have a good time with them. The ag lab, because I spend like 3 periods a day here. And I have most of my friends in my classes, so yeah.
Seniors will miss their friends for sure, but many seniors will also miss their favorite classes and teachers.
So during my 4 years here at Cedar, I've always found comfort and joy in going to swim team and practicing. I've always liked swimming since I was a little kid, and it just makes me feel good to just move, especially in the water. Probably Coach Basil, or Miss Basil, even though I technically don't have her, but she was my swim coach. She's just really nice and encouraging and helps push people to their limits.
You know what's wild?
What?
That's going to be us next year.
You're right. Also, we'll be able to go to all these live music shows downtown. In the meantime, though, Elaine and Gorshin went to check out what we can do as of now.
Athens is one of the most musical cities in the state of Georgia. There are countless music venues, record shops, festivals, and most days you'll see street performances downtown. Because of all the music diversity here, there are live music shows almost every day, but oftentimes these shows have age restrictions, depending on the venue.
So I own Hendershot's Coffee Bar. We are a full-service coffee shop, bar, and music venue, and we typically do 4 to 5 nights of music. Sometimes we have events every night, but we're all ages all the time, and it's a mix. So there's our kind of place, which is, you know, coffee shop, bar, restaurant-y kind of vibe. Then you've got legitimate, straight up, 100%, 24 hours, well, not 24 hours, but 7 days a week, music venues like the 40 Watt, the Georgia Theater, the Caledonia.
Most of the shows I've been to have been at the Caledonia or the 40 Watt, but I've kind of been everywhere. So especially like here in Athens, a lot of it's 18 plus.
I guess the reason that a lot of shows aren't all ages or are 18 and up is because of there's a liability there. Places that just sell alcohol are not allowed to have anybody under the age of 21. You know, to pay the rent, to pay the power bill, to pay the staff, you've got to sell product. And if your product is limited by an age restriction, then you're not going to go out of your way to cater to an age demographic that won't benefit you monetarily.
I know some places, especially sometimes the 40 Watt and Caledonia, a lot of times if you're under 18, but as long as you have a parent there with you, they're generally pretty cool, but sometimes it's hit or miss.
I think you'll see more places like this, Walker's, Hendershots. There's places in Atlanta like this where we're able to do all these things that allow us to sort of appeal to a wider audience. The younger generation is eventually going to get old enough to, become old enough to patronize these establishments regularly.
Everybody should go see live music and just like support bands, big bands, local bands. Just they need money.
You know, I should really go to Hendershot sometime.
Speaking of places to go, Haviva Sauce and Olivia Duver went to Pulaski Heights BBQ in the second installment of Battle of the Bites.
This week we went to Pulaski Heights Barbecue, a place with a more adventurous take on southern dishes.
It has a very hipsterish vibe and is located in the Pulaski Heights neighborhood.
So I guess that means it's time for Battle of the Bites Barbecue Edition.
Part 2. I'm risking my life. I'm risking my life. Oh.
So I got some chai tea because I feel like that's the ambiance of this place. It's very fancy and hipster, and you can tell that they change things every day.
Oh yes, with their today's flavor of Kool-Aid being strawberry kiwi.
As you guys should know by now, we're going to be getting pulled pork, mac and cheese, coleslaw, banana pudding, and a side of choice.
We're getting, I guess, smoked cauliflower, thanks to our server who recommended it to us. I've never tried it, so it'll be an experience. Hopefully it'll be good. It's interesting that they put the bun on the side and like the pulled pork like right here instead of like putting them together, which I think is good because I wonder if it solves the fallout problem that we had at Butt Hut.
Don't like cauliflower really, but I'm trying one. You're welcome, WJAG-TV watchers. This one is for you. Nope. I just hate cauliflower.
I mean, I don't love it, but also don't hate it. So technically, I guess this is not coleslaw, it's the vinegar, lime, something.
Slaw. It's coleslaw. It's just fancy named coleslaw.
Ooh, they got this. I don't know what this is, but I'm intrigued. I can definitely taste that lime in there. It's different from any coleslaw that I've ever had, but I think that's good for being, it's vinegar lime. It's exactly what's advertised. Ooh, this is satisfying.
I like this better than Butt Hut.
It's a little peppery, but still good.
Better or worse than Butt Hut?
Kind of like Butt Hut. We got spicy vinegar and sweet tomato.
We're going to sample these sauces alone first because that's what we did last time.
That is vinegar.
I don't think I like this one as much as I like the one at Butt Hut.
This tastes like that Mexican candy.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Classic sweet barbecue sauce. That's really good. Sort of tastes more homemade, like it's very smoky.
I feel like the Butt Hut one had a little more flavor. Like this is kind of, I mean it's good, but it's also a little blander.
It's good. I mean, I don't really love vinegar sauce.
I really like the bun. It's like so lush. I think the sauce works well with it.
I think this sauce might benefit from a squeezy tube. That's so much better.
Spicy.
I didn't even notice it was spicy. You're such a wimp.
It's good though. I would eat the whole thing.
Butt Hut was like, it was all sort of baked together, and then this is like, here's some pudding and some bananas and some, I guess, crackers. It's kind of really basic and plain, but in a good way. It's not very banana-y at all.
I think the banana like chunk helps seal the deal and they like complement each other. So I feel like it's more like pudding with banana, but it's still good.
First, the ambiance.
Oh, that was a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I would agree. I would give it a 10. Did we say trains out of tracks?
Yes, trains out of tracks.
Trains out of tracks ambiance. It was definitely very aesthetically pleasing in there. The food presentation was really nice.
And there were a lot of people, but it was still calm.
And service.
I thought it was at least like an 8.5 or maybe a 9.
It was definitely a lot better than our Butt Hut service. I will give it that.
Like Haviva dropped her spoon.
Yeah, I dropped my spoon because I'm a klutz, and then he came right over with another silverware pack. Like, do you need more? I would give it a 9 trains out of tracks.
Food. I'd give that a 9 trains out of tracks because it was very unique because like yes it was like the same kind of like food I got at Butt Hut, but it was like they put their own spin on it and that was really cool.
Yeah, I think I would actually give it an 8 trains out of tracks just because sometimes when they gave it a spin, the spin didn't really work, and I think it was really impressive that we bought the exact same things plus a drink and paid less for food that was more gourmet and more experimental and an environment and service that was definitely better.
I don't know what I was kind of expecting because it's always like that expensive barbecue restaurant and like it's a classy establishment, like how's it gonna be like, but it was so nice.
Join us again next time for
Battle of the Bites
Barbecue Edition.
Part 3.
This is Haviva Saltz
and Olivia Duver for WJAG-TV.
Thanks for the review, Haviva and Olivia.
Now to Dominic Vieli with the news regarding soccer.
The Cedar Shoals men's varsity soccer team is looking back on their last season to try and better their record this year. Players and coaches both have hopes and ideas on how to reach their main goal.
Last season is probably the best season I've had. I'm not sure about the team in general, but the best season I've had. We made it to the first round of playoffs and we almost clinched that spot. We lost 1-0, but we almost beat Rome for the first round of the playoffs. We didn't manage to beat Clark Central, but I feel like that's definitely possible this year. And playoffs are not even where we're shooting for. We're shooting for state this year.
Our record last year was 10 wins, 6 losses, and 3 ties. And well, comparing it to previous years, we can say that we did way better than we expected.
I think that to get a better record than last year, we have to maintain consistency throughout the season, which means like even as the season like wanes on, like towards the end, we still need to get all the attendance for practices and our breakfast club, our morning weight training and everything. Everyone needs to be showing up, and we just need to keep on trying 100% throughout the season.
From last year, I think we can continue to play the style that we want to play. So the style that we like to play, it's a fun style to watch. We like to keep the ball a lot. We like to possess, lots of short passes, lots of possession. We like to score a lot of goals. So I think we're trying to build on that, really sort of make ourselves known in not just the region but the state now about Cedar Shoals we play pretty soccer. We play soccer that people are going to want to watch. It's going to put butts in seats. And now I think that we've had time to sort of build that expectation, that system, because it does take time to implement. I think that's what we're looking forward to this year, is really kind of showcasing our talent that I don't think enough people know about in this community.
I think the biggest thing that our team needs to change is probably our attitude, because we have the talent and the skill. I mean, we lost some talent and skill, but we definitely gained some from the incoming freshmen, and all the other players, sophomores, juniors, seniors, have all improved and gotten better. Now all we need to do is fix our attitude, and like I said, make sure we maintain consistency with going to practices and showing up every day and being ready to give 100% every day.
We just look forward to growing as a team and going in every game and winning, coming out as a winning team, and improve for the next game so we can go to playoffs and go deep in the playoffs.
Well, this season, I think we want to build off of what we've done the past 2 years. So 2 years ago, our first year with sort of this new coaching staff, we improved upon the record from the previous year. And then last year, our second year, we had a winning record. We made the playoffs. We were the 3rd seed, which meant we didn't get to host a playoff game. So we were satisfied with reaching our goal of making the playoffs. But now we want to make a 1 or 2 seed, so we want to actually host a playoff game. That's our goal for this year, and then to make a run at state.
I feel like the team's main goal is to improve and honestly just to try and win state and win our region.
The team wants to work towards winning state, and a big part of that is the culture that was built and brought into the school 2 years ago by coaches Brian Lukashevitz and Connor Naughton.
Well, really, we changed most of our things last year, and we created a culture for the school, so we just kind of build it around that.
A lot of it is just continuing to build this culture of commitment, of dedication, of excellence that we have sort of, I think, done a pretty good job of cultivating since we've been here. We had off-season workouts all throughout the fall. We've continued those, as well as what we like to call the breakfast club, which is morning workouts before school 3 days a week, and that's made a big difference as well.
Well, the team chemistry is really important. It's just not only just being friends with your teammates, but also just like on the field, like knowing where your teammates are going to be, knowing what runs they make, just how they play the game. And it's just really important if you want to have a good soccer team, or just any team in general.
The hardest thing it's going to be to replace this year is not so much talent, but the leadership that we had last year with our seniors. Whether it was they were captains or not, all of our seniors last year had been with the program all 4 years. They were such leaders. They were, I think, deserve more credit than I or Coach Brian or whoever for turning the program around, for giving us success. Was that leadership we had with our seniors last year. And so that's what we're looking forward to this year, is to kind of see who's going to step up, who's going to replace those seniors and fill that leadership void. Because talent-wise, I think we might even be better on paper this year. It's just a matter of putting it all together and having that leadership.
As captain, I think I just need to be there for my teammates. I need to support them and encourage them to be able to, to be going into all those practices and in game. Right now, I'm the only captain, but 2 more should be named soon. So, the more captains that we have, I feel like the better impact that we'll have on the team.
Games that I'm looking forward to is Johnson and Central, as Central is our rival, and we want to go big on that game. And Johnson's state champs and region champs, so we hope to beat the best.
I'm excited to see how far they'll go.
Now to Gabe Bush with basketball and tennis.
The Cedar boys basketball team has recently concluded their season, and with the majority of the team returning for next year, hopes are high for the coming season.
The basketball team had an overall record of 15-14 this season and a 7-3 region record, while also beating crosstown rival Clark Central 3 out of 3 times. In addition, Cedar made it into the second round of the state playoffs after advancing past Columbia in the first round, and unfortunately being defeated by Kell in the second round to end their season.
The tennis team has kicked off their season. The players' main goals are simply to improve their game and win more matches.
We've had to miss a bunch of practices recently because of weather. Besides that, we're doing pretty good. People are learning. We don't have a lot of people that are too familiar with the sport, so getting them ready is what we're focused on right now.
It's going pretty well. This is my first year, so I wasn't exactly sure what to expect at first, but I'm slowly getting the hang of it.
I just want to win more than I did last year. It's not hard to get more than 2 wins like I did. Just all together get better at the game. Not planning to do amazing, just to get better and have a good time.
I'm just excited to play more matches, I guess, really get more experience by playing with other people. And it's only my first year, so I don't have too high expectations, but just get a little bit better.
To get everybody active and to get people into the sport, it's a big deal this year to set up for future years. Just get people interested.
I guess we just want to win more matches. I know last year it wasn't an insane streak of wins for us, so we're just trying to really get out there, play more schools, get more wins in. I just want to win a couple matches. I've only played 1 so far. I did terrible as my first match, but just really play against different people and hopefully get some wins in, play with other teammates.
That's all for this week's sports news.
Well, that seems to be all for today.
I'm Ansley
and I'm Aaliyah. And this has been WJAG-TV with your weekly school news.